My name is Aram Vartian. I am the Dungeon Master for Godsfall, and welcome back for episode 21, God Save the Queens. We've got all of our audio issues squared away this week and even bigger plot points to unfold, but before we get to that, we've got another shout out to BattleBards. BattleBards creates unparalleled audio for all of your RPG tabletop needs. The quality is so good and the material so diverse, I've been able to create entire scenes with just their audio. Like when the party was attacked by Cebu and his band of wild elf archers in the Ironwood. The players stood their ground and combat began. All of the sounds that you just heard are layered from BattleBards audio that you can get right now at battlebards.com. And while you're online, be sure to check out Godsfall.com, where we've got maps and character sketches, our world's written history, and early examples of the Godsfall worldbook we've been working on. We have links there to our Patreon account, official Godsfall t-shirts, and PayPal for one-time donations. And we thank all of you for your continued support and amazing iTunes reviews. But that's enough housekeeping for right now. Let's get to the show.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I am playing Queen S01E21, 4th level High Elf Bard.
Hi, I'm Steven. I'm playing Torvik Wildtongue, the level 4 Dwarf Paladin.
Hi, I'm Doug. I'm playing Dorro Knot, the level 4 Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Zion Preeton, a level 4 Human Sorcerer.
Last week, Phryne's mother came clean and shared what she and her husband Aeson had been hiding from their daughter in the form of a folded and worn piece of paper. It is a list of many of the old gods, along with descriptions of people written next to them.
Oh, this seems to confirm what we had suspected.
That's why I think we need to have a show of strength and support. Something that riles the people into our favor.
So what I think we need to do is, 1, establish what the Kadarians are up to, and 2, convince them that the power of the God King still rests in this city.
While Zion and Phryne plotted to get the city back on their side and believing in the power of the God King.
I believe I still have some of the truth serum. I would do this in a way that is like,
Ah, nice. Okay, so
he's pissed.
Right. So she's talking, and all of a sudden, you all see this. You don't even have to roll, but there's a bright flash of light and kind of a rumbling thunder. The God King is just in the sky.
He's alive! Look!
Oh my god!
The king! The king! And everyone's like, they're shouting and gasps everywhere.
And I look and gasp as well because, you know, how dare you defy the authority of the crown.
Obey the queens. Remember this shit. Jacob out.
At this point, I don't plan on telling anyone that this was an illusion because I need everyone to buy it.
Everyone is buying it, and everyone's treating it like it was real.
Once the meeting was over, Zion detailed his plan in order to fool the rest of the city into thinking the God Queens had as much power as the old king. The flotilla got off without a hitch, and everyone worked in conjunction perfectly, all of their powers meshing together to create the illusion of 2 all-powerful God Queens. As the core of the flotilla entered the central harbor and made its way around the massive statue of Cedo, their cheers erupted across the water. As thousands of petals cascaded down along them, temporarily obscuring the view of the crowd. As the petals cleared, several of the players noticed movement within the crowd. As about 100 men on the rafts, on the boats, drew white masks over their faces, pulled weapons, and began to attack.
Last time we talked, we had all gotten onto these royal flotillas. You were all dressed in fancy dress. You had prepared a rather elaborate presentation. Para shot fire out the sides of the boat, which is shaped into different shapes and colors. You floated the queens in the air as they waved to the crowd and held hands to make it easier. You were putting out emotion and love and awe, I suppose, in general towards the audience. Stephen was pulling in doves and birds and all sorts of creatures. Actually, I think you're on 21.
I went crazy and started bringing in everything.
Yeah, so there's a lot of birds. And they were cool.
A lot of flowers, a lot of birds.
Flying in shape.
Fire.
Yeah, exactly. And then you teleported in flowers, and you also went a little crazy and accidentally teleported all of the flowers into the air at the same time. And there was basically a rain of flowers, and it kind of got in the way of everyone's vision for a second, but it was very impressive. They're like, wow. And it was a good timing because you had just entered the main harbor. So, you know, if you're going to throw them all up, now is it. As they begin to fall down, though, you all went to perception last week, and you guys started to notice people in the crowd. And this is
I don't understand how we saw them.
yeah, they were all over. So like maybe you
I
saw.
thought we were underneath. Were they like?
Well, you can see out the sides because you have to be able to direct your ability.
Gotcha.
So there's like holes cut into it where you can look out and things like that. Yeah, I need you and you to roll perception.
10. 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yep.
10.
10.
9 plus 1 is 10.
Yep, that's enough. You guys have both seen those barrels before. They're the same ones that were on Baron Leflure's ship.
We have very bad security.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know about all of this. I think
Well,
it's
you
gonna
have a
be
lot.
an
You have a lot of
inquest.
people that aren't loyal. That's
Yeah.
the problem. And an inquest might be a good idea. Can I get initiative?
Okay, first
You want
fact is
acrobat?
onion soldiers.
Onion soldiers. Okay, so the onion soldiers. Let's see if they even notice what's happening yet. They do not. Who's next?
Friday.
You saw these guys pull white cloaks over their face and drop daggers. You saw these guards get stabbed and pushed into the water and are replaced with the assuming baddies because they just stabbed your guards and threw them into the water. You do see that Brannick is fine. This is your mom and dad, and these are your two friends.
Remind me, what constitutes an action?
What do you mean? What do you want to do?
Like, I want to yell at people, and then I want to do something.
Yelling's a free action. You can talk a little bit as a free action, and then you can do something.
Can I yell in their minds?
Yeah, absolutely. Who do you want to yell to?
My parents and maybe drunk Alf, though I care less about him because I'm not sure what he's up to.
It'd be easy to do it to your parents. To all of them, you'd have to roll. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna yell to my parents to get down.
There you go.
Guess there might be some collateral damage. She probably shouldn't have been a bitch to me.
You could firebolt one of them.
Oh,
Remember?
I do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'd rather do that.
There you go. Roll to hit.
A 9.
Sadly not. So you turn your cup of fireball, you chuck it behind you, and it just misses them. They seem well trained.
All right, Cyrena.
Cyrena pulls a sword and basically kind of like puts one hand back behind her to kind of guide you. Basically, she wants to know where you are, so because she's looking to protect you. That's what she's doing right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Now the cultists or Zavonites or whatever they are.
Excellent.
The Wallites.
All right.
Are we
We're
calling
assuming-
these people?
Well, they are wearing masks,
White-
right? The white masks that
Correct. They pulled
represent
the white
their...
masks out. And we've called the wackos Wallites before, so it's a nice word, so we're going to go with that. Wallites.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Wallites.
All right.
One of them is going to go for your friend.
Oh well.
Oh, and misses wildly. She's kind of like, oh!
I like how you're... No.
Oh, don't.
I mean, we weren't close. God knows what she's up to with the Rylanders.
True. And then goes for the drunk one, who's sober for. Oh, that didn't help him though. He's sober, but
That's why you have friends like this.
he gets run through, and he is out. One's going for your mom, misses your mom. Oh, and misses your dad. Brannick, like, run, and he runs and he charges this one. That's definitely gonna hit. Brannick just basically bull rushes this guy right off the platform. Done.
Got him.
These guys, they're gonna fire at the Queen and Brannick. So one's coming in at Cyrena, misses her. One's coming in at Brannick, critical misses him. And one's, oh, does a 19 hit you? Yeah, 19's definitely gonna hit you. Okay, an arrow sinks deep into your arm. It strikes you dead in your arm, and you take 7 points of damage on your right arm. The other arrow misses, strikes one of these barrels, and begins leaking. That is definitely drifting towards you guys.
Para.
Para is going to pop out
He comes up here and he sees these two, and he's just going to fire them. That'll work. Para takes out this one. Who's next?
Okay, civilians.
All right.
Parents and
There's a lot of screaming over here as civilians are being attacked, and they're just running, in all directions, trying to get away from these dudes who are just basically indiscriminately attacking. There's also soldiers coming in through the crowd. Your mom steps back for a second and rubs her finger along a charm on her neck that glows slightly, and your dad just straight up stabs the guy right in the chest and does 3 points of damage. So he's got a knife here and he looks stunned, but he's not down.
I'm going to use my divinity to use force to pull the arrow, the flaming arrow, out of the
barrel, which will then release the liquid.
I don't think it was a flaming arrow.
Maybe you want to push it further away.
Push it away.
Push the whole thing on the water.
Roll will. Roll wisdom.
Right into a crowd of civilians.
1.
Oh my.
Okay, so
it did hit the microphone leg.
It works, but this is what happens. You don't really center yourself when you push against something. You've only really done it on solid land or on a big enough boat where it wasn't that. You don't realize how resistance quite plays into this. So you do push against it.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Apparently, the laws of physics do apply to Godsfall.
And then
I wondered about that.
1, 2, and that's definitely going straight towards the shore now. And these are going to collide with each other on the next. Yeah.
Doesn't she get to act though?
Oh, she didn't do anything. I'm sorry. Well, then she would have run.
Yeah.
5, 10, off. She just dives straight off the edge. She's an excellent swimmer, so she dove right off the platform. Who's next?
We're still onion soldiers if they do.
That's unfortunate for you. 5, 10,
No,
15.
Not those soldiers, the Indian
Oh,
soldiers.
the Indian soldiers.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
absolutely.
guys.
So they've pulled the boat like this at this point, and they're firing. Miss. Hit. Miss. Hit. Now this guy gets grazed, and this guy gets like struck in the leg, but he's not down completely yet.
I'm just gonna do a move action and attack this guy.
Dorro
I know,
didn't
right?
teleport.
It
Wow.
didn't teleport or didn't do anything. It's just
Little halfling just comes running around the edge with a knife.
This is okay. So I am going to do subdual damage with my dagger to this guy, and he's flanked. If her dad was attacking that one,
Your dad did, so he is flanked.
Okay, quick DM's note, none of this is official, but here's how we are introducing flanking. If 2 or more characters on the same team are engaged in a single target on opposing sides, that target is considered flanked, and they gain advantage to hit. When a target is considered flanked, rogues are also able to use their sneak attack ability.
and that makes it 21.
Nice.
Hit.
Yeah, that definitely works. So you basically come running around the corner, roll damage. You're doing it with your daggers, right?
Dagger.
Okay, so it's
Dagger.
1d4 plus. Wait, no, because you're flanking. That's what it is. Yes, you get advantage, but when you flank, what else do you get to do?
Oh, sneak attack!
Roll your sneak
Yes!
attack.
Plus, you're tiny, so he probably wouldn't see you.
Exactly. Yeah, he had no idea. You've been a thief for 4 levels, and this is your first sneak attack roll.
This is all subdual.
I know.
Alright. So 6.
Yeah, that'll do it. So you run, you kind of get like a little 5-foot leap as you go around the corner there, and just come down the back of this guy's head, just tunk, and he is out. Basically, right before he came at Phryne's dad.
All right, so Torvik.
I'm gonna use my divinity to control the birds in the air. Oh, I don't know if I want to concentrate them on the archers, or if I want them to go for.
What do you want them to do? Because you can't, because they'll listen to you, but birds won't dive bomb to their deaths. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be suicide bombers. They'll listen to you, but they won't kill themselves. You know.
So basically, all I want them to do then is to.
But they could distract.
Absolutely, they
Yeah,
could.
I want them to just keep swirling as dense as possible
Here?
around all the archers. So
Smart.
At least it gives them.
Roll wisdom, please. Actually, no, roll charisma. I'm sorry.
8, 9.
Unfortunately not. No, a couple of them are down there. You can't quite focus. A lot of things are moving, and you just can't get them to quite congeal. So there's a lot of birds in this area, but not enough to really block them. Wallights. Okay. Miss. Cyrena hit. Miss. And miss. So Cyrena takes an arrow. Ooh, right in her leg. So she just really deep into her right thigh and shaking up buckles, but she's tougher than that. She's not down. So Friday's next.
Okay, so I have a move action and an action.
Correct.
Okay, so first I want to just get the hell down. Can I shout to Para as my action?
Of course. Well, you can shout to Para as a free action.
Oh, it's a free action. Okay. All right. Well then, Para, I would like him to make that explode.
Para's good at following orders.
Para, that is our biggest threat.
Done. They killed your brother.
Probably someone there was on the ship that killed your brother.
That's the cargo they wanted, Para. That's why they killed your brother.
So.
Really manipulating this kid.
It's not so much manipulating as taking control in a crisis.
There you go.
So I guess I will try again my firebolt.
Nice. Which one you want to throw at?
Could I tell which one hit me?
Yes, you can. You know
All right.
exactly which one hit you, and it's that little asshole right there.
Spell you used on Para when you insulted him. You should insult that guy.
Just
Really make him feel badly?
Shithead. Worst archer ever. You think that hurt?
Prove it by shooting the guy. Can you even hit a target right next to you?
Shoot the guy next.
Yeah.
I bet you couldn't shoot a guy at point blank range.
Yeah, he rolls.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, I can.
I'm guessing he won't let me do that.
Well, I mean, you can try.
I'm gonna just go for firebolt in the moment. Maybe I'll insult them at the sentencing phase.
Yikes.
13.
13 will hit him. Roll 1 die 10.
Okay, that's this guy.
Does it have a 0 on it?
It does.
Yes.
An 8.
That will do it. Yeah, he explodes into flames and collapses into the water.
All right,
Guilty.
Yes. Enough killing now. Let's apprehend the rest of them.
One less charge for the cause.
We only need one alive.
Oh dear.
Well,
Yikes.
Welcome to the Friday Continuous Administration. All right, Brannick.
They're trying to kill us.
they're trying to kill you. No, she's a valid
Quite right.
player.
It is quite literally treason.
This is regicide.
Right.
Or this attempted regicide. He's gonna make a running jump for that platform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not if he does. Not if he falls in the water.
Hang on.
You might have to teleport him onto the raft. Give him a little boost.
Foo, 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 and he leaps across the edge, and he just doesn't quite make it, and he tries to grab it, and he bangs his chin, knocks himself unconscious, and falls into the water.
Oh
That
Smiley face.
that didn't quite work out for Anakin intended
All right,
it.
Para.
Sounds about right for.
no! It does sound right for Brannick. Are you sure he hit his head? It's very tiny.
Unfortunately, he just
I know his
got
head
it.
should have a really high AC.
He really should, but no, unfortunately, smacked it right against the edge of that. Para's going to do exactly what he was told. 5, 10, a column of fire erupts out of him. So a straight line of fire strikes right into the main barrel, and it just goes off like a bomb. These two are gone. This is basically splinters and smoke and fire, and a shockwave emanates out of it that strikes all of you. Constitution.
I'd like a dex save.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone roll dex first. You're right.
9.
So you'd roll dex with advantage.
I'm re-rolling that.
So I roll it twice.
Sorry, we did a double hit. We'll have to-
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
You're good.
Yes, I like
17.
Yep. You easily duck down and next, as does Cyrena. Mom does not. Your dad does, though. Everyone can make a con save, but it's harder if you didn't make the dex save.
12.
12.
12? 2.
Oh.
14.
14, okay.
Oh, wait, charisma. 3, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, constitution.
Okay.
Oh, is
and-
it charisma? Then I got a 20.
No,
No, it's
it was a
Constitution.
con.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Damn. Okay,
Don't take that away from me.
Para made his. Your mom falls unconscious. You fall unconscious. Para does not. The rest of you take 2 points of damage just from the buffeting, from like a stray splinter or maybe a stone that explodes out of it.
Which one is me?
Michael just buckled. So did her mom. Your dad picks up your mom and rushes her around the edge here. Sorry, around this edge here because they're archers.
Yeah.
To try and get her to safety. And I think that's it for the civilians.
Swimming girl.
Oh, right. 5, 10, 15, 20. I am. Well, actually, you know what? Did she get knocked unconscious. Yeah. You, I need perception rolls. Only from Para and from you.
And me.
Para sees her.
17.
You see her as well. So both you and Para see her go under. What did you get?
17.
You see her as well. Brannick is sinking here. She is sinking here. Also, Soldier's sinking here, but I doubt they don't even care about him.
Okay, my turn, so I get to make a Constitution roll, I guess.
Yeah.
Try to
Well.
wake up?
Yes. Constitution roll to wake up. Yes.
20.
That would make you up.
You are so awake.
Well, you want a natural? 20, yeah, you didn't really get knocked out. You just like you have black stars flicker at the edge of vision. You hit the ground, but you're not really unconscious. You are still up and can move.
Okay.
So you're
Now,
staggered.
standing is a move. Okay. Oh, this is good because we fucked this up last time.
Right.
You are prone. Standing is a move action, but it never invokes an attack of opportunity, which is different from the old rules. So.
Okay.
Which doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense.
But there's no one around him anyway. But whatever.
All right, well, I'm going to stand.
Okay. Excellent.
And let's see, seeing the situation, I'm going to attempt to use my divinity to. Now, is he the only walleye on our boat, right?
Yes, he is the last one. He is looking nervous.
Okay, to force him off the boat.
Nice.
God,
Nice.
I run to these men
Roll
and
dex.
they just all disappear in front of me.
Sorry, roll to hit.
Oh, does 11 hit him?
Yeah, no, that'll actually do it because you're doing a ranged touch attack. So yeah, you just boom, you push him right off.
All right, back to the top of the round now.
Right.
Anian soldiers.
Before they act, because Zion was on a raft when he used his power to push the other raft away from you, there was an equal and opposite reaction that pushed you away as well. So while you got distance from the explosion, your raft is now going to slam into the one on the right with the archers. I need everyone to roll dex.
Okay, I'm still, hiding down.
That helps. Roll advantage.
5.
That's not gonna help you.
Ugh. Terrible both. 7.
Well, okay, wham. So you just tumble. You tumble.
8.
You fall, which is really rare. Bam.
16.
16. You're actually fine.
No, 15, sorry.
You are fine. Para is actually fine too, just barely fine. And then these guys have to roll. Fine. Not fine. Fine. This guy tumbles off and falls here, and does not fall into the water.
So I'm apparently down.
Yeah, you're prone, but you
Okay.
can stand up.
I would like to yell to Zion, I guess. Get Brannick out of the water. I am sinking, even though I'm unconscious. I will do. I'm not gonna fully stand up. I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna sort of peep over the edge.
Excellent.
And again, I'm just gonna go with a firebolt again.
Nice. So
Yeah.
Excellent.
17 plus something.
Cleaning up with the firebolts. Go ahead and roll one die, Ted, please.
5.
That will do it. So, boom, next guy up into the fire and into the water gouge.
If I see Brannick is being taken care of by, or at least being assigned to be taken care of by Zion, then that means I'm going down the next person on my save list. Get up, because that's a free action.
Yes,
or
it is.
something.
Well, no, it's a move action.
If that's the case, then I guess I have to dash into the water for this girl.
Yep, you can do that.
Strength?
Yep.
Just gonna wake up and be like, ugh, halfling hands have been on me.
Unclean.
I could have left it. 14.
Yeah, okay, so you're able to, put an arm under.
Also, right before I go to get in the water, the dagger goes back in the sheath.
Fair enough. You've already lost one.
I saved you!
So you've got one arm. You have one arm under her, and you've got one arm on the barge. So that's where you are right now.
Well, everyone's just dying around me. And
Yeah,
I
no shit.
can't do anything. So I stand up and I'm gonna run across to that boat.
Standing's a move action.
I thought it's
Standing's a move action.
takes
So when
5 feet away or something like that.
no, there's no longer 5 foot a step.
I'll try to do the divinity again and see if I can't control the birds this time to start
Excellent.
picking out the crowd.
Haze them with the birds. Roll me a charisma.
You should change.
I've gone through
that's
5.
Got through 5 of
Just
them?
did a new one.
I think unfortunately your ears are still ringing a bit. That
explosion knocked you for more than you thought. You just can't seem to focus today. All right, Cyrena has had enough of this bullshit. She's gonna do what Brannick tried to do.
Doesn't she have a hit leg?
Oh, but she's an arrow. Yeah, but she's still fine. I mean, she's an arrow in her leg, but she would just snap it off and she would run. Snap, runs, leaps, and lands and tries to stab this guy. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. She leaps and she just misses the guy as he pulls out of the way, and her sword just kind of dings off of the wood.
All right, wall lights are what's left of them.
Yeah, there isn't a lot left.
Just these two?
Those guys are getting up, but there's also soldiers coming in at this point, so they're just kind of engaged in combat with soldiers as the crowd continues to basically get the fuck out of this area. Yeah. Then this one is going to stand. So this guy's just going to come around here and gang up on her. Yeah, that's going to hit her. So he runs into the side, stabs her in the side for 6. You just see like a blade just like sink into her hip.
To the queen! To the queen!
Yeah, she's not looking great. And this one is going to do the same thing. He's going to try and stab her as well. No, she blocked that one as it coming even with a blade in her hip. So let me see if Brannick's unconscious. Yeah, Brannick is sinking. Harris is going to reach down and give you his hand because he sees you with her. So he's going to pull you guys back up onto the raft. So that'll be a free move action to get back onto the raft.
Okay.
All right, who's up?
All right, civilians. Bridie's parents and the swimming girl that got up.
Okay, your dad is tending to your mom, who's okay, just out. Let me see if she wakes up.
Does it?
She does not.
I mean, they're regardless. I'm guessing they're still gonna. They're not idiots.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not going to just run into combat. Your friend is, she awakes and coughs and sputters up some water.
All right, then me. I'm going to attempt to, am I close enough to just pull him out?
5, 10. No, he's now sunk, so he's like, 5 or 6 feet under the water.
All right,
now.
well, I'm going to try to reach
Force
out with
him?
my divinity and pull him up onto the boat.
Nice. Roll me a will, please. Wisdom. God damn it.
15.
Yeah, that's enough. Absolutely. So you just pull him straight out of the water. He's just kind of like laying back. Water's dripping off him. He's out cold, and you lay him on the deck. He's breathing. He's just out.
Oh, good. Onion soldiers. These guys and these guys.
All right, they are going to fire. These two fire for them. Hit. And a hit.
So you need to keep one of these people alive. So
I have one.
Okay.
The one I knocked out in the middle of our boat.
Shunk, shunk.
Yeah.
These two
Where he's
are
the
both
safest.
taken out. These guys are all either taken out, killed, or apprehended, and I think order has been restored. Yeah, order has been restored. At this point, the barges are just kind of drifting along with each other, and these soldiers are pulling up to basically kind of help catch it. But everything's under
all right,
control
well, we're
right
out of
now.
flowers,
Yep.
but the show must go on.
Right.
Pretty sure the show is over. There are soldiers along the edges that are also getting into boats. There are many people kind of centering on this area now. Cyrena is on the ground and she's hurt, but she's conscious.
All right, so I'm immediately going to
So-
run to her.
Yeah, it's time
Are
to
we
heal
still
people.
in initiative?
No, not at this
Okay,
point.
I think that I would start issuing some orders.
I would imagine.
Guards,
Yeah. Arrest these men.
seize these men.
And they have been, and they are doing it. There are several wallites that are left alive. Not every single one was killed, so they are taking prisoners.
Can I just get a sense of general trustworthiness?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Like you kind of scan the soldiers on this boat, right, to get their general feel. All of them are very anxious because they're worried, but their concern seems to be with stabilization and protecting you guys. So they all seem on board. Doesn't seem any traitors in the mist right now.
Right. Just I want everyone to I want to make sure that the men who have been captured are imprisoned and nothing happens to them on their way, and they need to be under constant guard, no one in, no one
I
out.
won't leave their side.
And strip them.
Okay. Guys, let's go. Get them, round them up. They never leave my sight. Queen's orders.
So amplify my voice and basically say, you have the proof that you need, that the God King has imbued us with his authority. We are the ones bringing order to the city, and we, your queens, will protect you.
Roll charisma.
14.
Your voice goes booming out over the crowd. The people who have run have stopped running. Some people are actually coming back towards the edge. As you're saying that, Para just kind of, leans out and like as your voice is building and the speech is building, he's kind of wreaths you both in flames, and there's these gorgeous multicolored rainbow-like flames that dance across you guys, and it lights you up pretty well because it's been getting darker. The whole idea was once you got around the circle, they're going to start lighting off fireworks, so you can be clearly seen as your fire dances
and so what I would
across.
like to do is have us raise. So we're holding hands,
Yeah.
raise both arms,
Yeah.
and then sort of implant the idea in Para to make all of the flame as it wreaths around us, and then just shoot up from our combined hands.
Done. Yep, let's make sure he can control it. Yep, he's good. So it just rolls out from your hands, rolls along the edges of the raft, and kind of comes up in almost like columns all around you, as if it was a palace all of a sudden.
We fear no wallite.
There is some gasp and actually some applause. It's not, it's a scattering, nervous applause, but people seem to be calming down. What do you want to do? Does this show go on?
I'll try to lift them both into the air as we had going. And,
Okay. As the boat's being pulled in, you guys have the flames up,
Yeah.
and there's some images, and there are people. By the time you get to the edge, people are shouting. They're like, oh, they have to quit, and people don't like to be made afraid, and they're angry, and they're throwing that energy right back into believing. They want to believe because they want to feel safe, so they are completely on board right now.
So we just sail it back to the palace.
Oh yes, but yeah, so it just gets returned. It goes around the circle. And it goes straight back up, and there are people, unfortunately, didn't get to see the show down here, but as you go around...
They heard rumors, they're sort of like,
Right.
yeah, that makes sense. They saw some lights in the sky.
Well, in fact, as you go around the edge, they go ahead and find, fuck it, as long as everything's under control, they light the fireworks off. So as you come around the southern edge, the fireworks all explode off around the bay. People cheer and clap.
Bloody messes all over the boat.
What the fuck? Wait. Sorry, yeah. Cyrena's dress is kind of soaked in blood, but
These
she's
things
tough.
happen.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to get healed, please.
Well, that's right. You were hit.
I was hit with an
Well,
arrow.
yeah, I would have done that because I have 20 points now. So
That's fine.
Actually,
You
that's
both-
what I'm going to try to learn how to do is limit how many.
In fact, this actually perfect. They were both hurt, and you kind of you went to lay a hand on Cyrene, but you saw that she's taking an arrow too, so you kind of were and you were able to split it, and you're able to push it out to both of them, and mostly completely heal her, almost completely heal the queen.
So it'd be 10 points to you, 10 points to the queen.
Exactly. Yep.
So is there a ratio?
How many do you need?
I need 9.
Then 9 to you and 11 to the
Yeah,
queen.
it would just been a literal 50-50 split.
You see the hole where she pulled the arrow out close up, and then you see the wound on her leg close up as well. She's still bruised, she's not perfectly healed, but she's healed.
Yeah.
She could probably heal herself. Right?
She
Attack her.
is a... Oh, right! She's never actually used it before. You know what? You start to heal her, and you go to heal Cyrena. And Cyrena just kind of puts her hand on her chest for a second, and you just see her kind of shimmer, almost like in golden dust, if it all just appeared around her, and then she's just perfectly fine. Not only is she healed, but her hair seems to be pulled back right, and there's no dirt on her. All this she's perfect.
I want that.
It's literally like a reset
This is
button.
part of the reason why I am seducing her over the course of a while.
This is the Tinker Tavern.
Yeah.
I'd love to try that on.
The Tavern of
It's just my
Control.
size.
You know it's going to make this even better. If you let me wear the tavern.
Exactly. The raft goes all the way around, you're helping people, but eventually you can all say that everything's kind of calmed down. So I'm assuming you're all going to eventually head back up towards the palace?
Yeah.
We are. I don't know what Dora's up to.
Yeah, I would just continue helping people during the relief effort
Sure.
until someone stopped me, I would imagine.
I mean,
when there's literally no more bodies to take care of.
Quick, by the time that raft has made it back around to the front of the harbor, it's pretty much done. I mean, there's some cleanup to do as far as picking up bodies and taking them to where they need to go. But as far as triage, I mean, there wasn't that much time for them to stab that many people.
Can I, take a 20?
Sure.
Searching one of these dead cultists for anything?
I mean, literally, even if you had rolled well, what they have on them are robes and a knife or a sword
And a
or a
mask.
bow.
and like no, literally just like a piece of cloth. I mean, it's not even a proper mask. It's like they just pulled cloth down over their face, like a
the
gauze.
Klan?
What? Like a gauze where you can like see through, like semi-trans, transparent,
Yes,
like
the
cheese
Klan.
cloth.
What about the
basically.
weapons? They're just
daggers and swords, nothing special. They don't. If you look at a couple of them, like they're not all the same make. They're not all the same manufacturer. You know.
I guess I would go back to try and
Manufacturer.
find.
They're not all the same blacksmith.
Go back and try and find the main boat then.
Okay, well, it's easy enough. I mean, it's not moving fast, and you can just, pop right onto it. And you guys are heading back upriver. Brannick is conscious and with them, so that boat has all gone off, and everyone else is here. Who died of your friends?
The drunk elf.
The drunk elf did die. No, not Elred. Elred's the traitor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The other, who, by the way, has not been seen at all. He would normally be at a thing like this, and Elred has not been seen since that
Well, I
evening.
should think not.
Yeah. Well, you have no proof against
Yeah,
him.
nobody.
Oh, it doesn't, I need proof.
I'm just saying. He can technically
I have seen your face, sir.
Wait, when did you see his face?
Whenever I knocked the guard into him and I saw him as the torturer of my
No,
friend.
wait, that wasn't Elred.
No.
The only time you guys saw Elred was because she picked up a tool.
I saw him
Yeah.
in my head, and I don't think I've told anyone yet.
No,
Yeah,
you haven't. You've told no one.
I thought that you said that the torturer was Elred.
No, that was just some guy. No, she saw Elred in the head because she touched one of their instruments. Yeah.
Never mind.
No.
I misremembered.
Yeah, so only she's seen Elred. And you haven't said a word about that, have you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what I want to do. Now I'd rather have an enemy that I know, that I can monitor.
Especially an enemy who doesn't know that he's been found out.
Right.
At some point, I would like to discreetly pass on to both the queens. Those barrels. No, I mean, like, I just make sure that they know that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys,
I'm frankly a little annoyed that my orders weren't followed, so someone's gonna have to come talk to me.
Hopefully, a lot of the holes that existed within your structure are now plugged.
or at least collapsed shut.
Yeah, so that would probably help. But yeah, it probably would be a good idea to maybe do a little internal investigation.
Guards? Arrest this man! It's pretty simple.
But there's no other issues. Your father, your mom's fine. She's up and she was concerned about you. She sees that everyone's fine, so she's relaxed. Your dad is like, well, that could have gone better. I'm glad you're well, dear. And he's his normal kind of like, they both kind of softened a bit. Your mom's completely softened. Now that, she didn't have to hold secrets anymore, she's completely back to just being concerned and to also be concerned about
Judgmental.
the city. A little, yeah, definitely a little judgmental, but right now I think more concerned. Your dad is still kind of smarmy, but he's also kind of softened. Now that the gig's up, they're kind of back to being your regular parents. At least it seems that way.
Oh yeah, like for that whole year that they lied to you.
Right.
Except for that.
Right. I'm super gonna buy that.
So, but it rolls back up to the palace, and they're all taken inside. There's food and attendants and bathwaters and everything. Here's all the recuperative things you could possibly need.
Do these bathwaters come with bath salts?
They do come with bath salts. There are bath salts.
I smoke them and eat people.
Wow.
Gotta get rid of the corpses.
Got a little crazed meth-fueled Dorro running around. Can you
Teleports
imagine?
on your shoulders
Oh,
and
man.
bites your neck.
No, that's like a horror movie.
Straight to the
God.
jugular.
Is there anything you guys want to do before resting for the evening?
I'd like to talk to whomever would have been responsible for the immediate interrogation.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, and so is Cyrena. She is with them right now. What do you want to ask? So she's basically got like the captains of the guards around her.
Is there any information about who organized this?
They're looking into it right now. So basically, they're all like, we have people. We're getting reports. There's a lot of people missing. A lot of people have got AWOL. We don't know if they're dead, or we're trying to find out.
How is the temple organized? What?
The temple is organized where it's got a head council of priests. So 7 of them, let's just say. I don't know. No, you know what? No, 5, because they would go in line with the 5 quote unquote kingdoms. So there's 5 head people, although it'd be 6. So there's 6 head people.
I thought they didn't believe in this 6.
They don't, but it's still there. That number's always there. They can't get away from it. Even though they say the 5 kingdoms, the 6 are clearly there, and that's how Zavon set it all up. So they just kind of, ignore it a bit, but it's
Whatever.
6-head council. Yeah. So there'd be 6 at the head, and then it's just a typical structure. There are not bishops, but whatever the words would end up being, but bishops and lower ranking and senators.
Right.
So it's kind of structured
what's
like
the
that.
decision-making process? Who has control over what orders? Like, what's the Council of the Six?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do? What is their oversight?
The Council of the Six sets everything. I mean, they set all the orders. They introduced new, although they haven't introduced a single new rule to the religion since after the break-in, but they would fully maintain all the day-to-day stuff.
While Friday is figuring this out, I'm going to go make out with Sharon.
Go. Enjoy. Are you okay, Zion? Yeah. They're just gonna go get the council
Yeah,
and bring them in.
I want the council brought to me.
Yep.
And then, is there any armed part of the church? The sort of the equivalent of the Knights Templar, the armed, the Zavan militants or anything?
There are definitely knights of the church, and they're used more for expeditions. So when they go out,
who is their immediate?
the head of the Knights Altar,
Yeah.
they are on their way to you as well, Mav.
Has anyone found Baron Leflure?
No one's found him. No word of him.
And presumably, if the boat's here, then
Wait.
there have been barrels on it, and they have
Could
been
I have
fetched.
done that? So
no,
I know.
those are the barrels that are missing.
Do I know
So the
that
barrels?
I know the boat's still there, though, right?
You would think the boat would still be there, yeah.
Well, then before
Actually, roll perception as you guys are rolling back out.
before she had been like, "This is when I want to deal with the aftermath."
19.
I would want to say,
Well, you would know what it looks like, though. Hang on.
I'm going to
You roll
go look
perception.
for this boat that had those barrels and make sure it's still there.
Describe
and
the
keep it
boat to me,
there.
Dorro.
It was a smaller boat.
I got a 17.
About the size of
I don't
Davos's
need you
Herb
to-
yacht. As you guys were rolling back up, you saw it docked off to the side.
Oh, I would have gone to it.
Okay. Let's say that you went back out, because otherwise we're doing a time thing that doesn't make any sense here. There's a bunch of things going on. There's a bunch of people talking and interacting with each other, right? And then you just kind of, as you usually do, just slip out. You're like, wait a minute.
This is boring.
Right. So you went back to the...
having a ship at the docks with those things on them.
Exactly. So
Wonder if they're still there.
yes. So as she's gathering people to basically people to her to get answers, you slip away and out back to the docks, and you do find that same ship tied up.
Is there anyone on the ship or around it tending to it?
Roll perception.
Oh, 19.
There are dock workers in the vicinity, but you don't see anyone on the boat, nor do you see any lights on it. And it's
So
pretty
there's
dark.
no Indian guards per my orders.
There are guards everywhere, but there aren't. But you didn't know the ship, so they didn't go straight to the ship. But there are guards everywhere.
Then he told me about it.
Do I know
Yeah,
that?
but he saw a ship.
Right.
There's a ton of ships down there. It would be difficult to get people to an exact ship just by a description. Now he could tell guards this is the ship.
Right. So, which was my next action?
There you go.
Do I know that she
Yeah.
commanded people to go find this ship?
Well, after you told her, she would definitely have said, yeah, that's a priority, right? Okay, so then
Well, then you would know I was going to go find the ship.
Yes.
What if guards came with me?
I would totally authorize
Now I
that.
have guards with me.
Done.
So rather than
Okay.
rather than sneaking off,
Perfect.
perhaps you
Yeah,
would
exactly.
have just said,
We actually
"Hey,
instead-
Friday."
Yeah, I know where that boat is. If you want to give me a couple of these metal people to follow me, I can bring them down there.
Go with the halfling.
Hooray! Take my and I point up to take my order.
No, do not.
You follow me now.
so you're marching.
Escort him to and from the ship with as little incident as possible.
And
Yes,
do
ma'am.
everything I say.
As you're marching, you're just like
Yeah,
this.
I totally like pomp and circumstance march out of the, and the guards are like, "This is the dumbest mission I've ever been on."
There's just like 6 guards just kind of walking behind a little halfling. It's march.
Okay, so yeah, I'll bring them down to the ship, and I'll be like, "That's the ship," and while they're securing it, would your guards keep me from getting on the ship and like looking around?
No, I mean I think I want
Yes.
it tossed.
Yeah, so I definitely go in there, and I'd like to take a look at the place. And see.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna take tens and stuff. I'm not in a rush.
All right,
no
so
one's
you guys,
rushing me.
So you walk on with the guards,
Yeah.
and you guys walk. There's a plank lower. You guys walk up straight onto the deck, and then there's an area down to the middle. So it's like a front cabin with 2 doors on the front of it,
and nothing in the back.
Before we get on to the ship, I look to one of the guards and ask them to stand watch and see if anybody's
absolutely.
actively watching the ship or watching us do stuff.
They've already actively done that. So 4 have come on with you. One stayed at the front of the plank, and another one has walked around to the to the bow of the ship, just to basically look around the outside of it. So they're well trained. Yeah.
Okay, so sing a sea shanty.
So this is like where the wheel is, up on this so there's like a little staircase up to this raised area, and then on the back here is a sail, and then just like the back deck area. Yeah. One guy here, one guy's gone around to the front to look at the nose. One guy's here.
I was like, why is he taking the time to do all this?
Clearly
we're under attack.
One guy's looking here, and well, this little Dorro. Dorro is right leading the way. So, what are you going to do now that you're on the
Well, like I said, I took 10, just looking around. I want to specifically find one of these barrels. I want to separate them from the rest of the barrels. Like, find the best intact one.
Let's not just say take 10. You guys are on the deck. What's what you're looking at?
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
What is take 10?
Let's actually take 20. You take 20 minutes to succeed in an action.
Yeah, so let's say if you wanted to take 20 minutes to really draw something really carefully.
Got it.
20 minutes to investigate a room. So you would succeed because you're taking 20, unless something is
as long
magically
as there's not
hidden.
Outward influences to you, hindering you doing something. Like, if you just want to go to the market and shop around, there shouldn't be a reason to search because you can spend all day just looking around the market, you know? So
yeah, you can take your time and find what you need for the most part.
Okay, none of this is official either, but I like the taking 20 system, and we're going to kind of modify it a bit and hold it over from the 3.5 rules. So whenever my players have time, just 20 minutes or more, they can take 20 to do something that's not vital, something that wouldn't normally require a roll, like searching a market or looking through a room. As long as anything isn't really hidden or carefully done, or there's not an extra added difficulty, take 20 will usually allow you to succeed. And that sacrifice is the long time it takes to do. So again, not official, but I like it.
So you are in this particular case.
Roll because there's hostiles.
Well, also because you're not seeing anything. You're on top of a deck, and there are 2 doors in front of you on this area here, and no other obvious way.
Well, I originally want to find a barrel.
Oh, well, there's also, hang on, there's one more thing. Let me just draw this. So the other way is that there's these 2 trap doors that obviously open up
to cargo.
Right, exactly. So that's what you're looking at.
Nothing's on the deck of the ship.
That's it.
Something's up. Why is it just
What are you
sitting
trying to
here?
notice?
Why there's no barrels on it now? There was
Quiet.
barrels around it and on it. I'm expecting this to be a trap because I know
Feels like a trap.
because it feels like a trap.
Nope.
The characteristics of it are definitely a trap. This is Baron Leflure's ship. He knew that I attacked him and did this and then set that up, so that means he's been to this ship. I'm assuming there's traps in or around this to some degree.
And
So-
took the time to draw it out and explain it in detail.
Exactly.
It wasn't a trap until...
Yeah, until you drew it. No, but I totally get up there and I'm like looking around the barrels and I stop and think, and then I say, stop!
But you don't see any barrels where you are right now.
Oh, well, right. Okay,
Yeah.
so I look around and I see
Yeah.
none of the barrels
Nothing.
on it, and I say, stop!
Okay.
Wait, I bet he trapped the ship. Like that.
They all look a little worried. They all kind of like are looking around their feet and everything, right?
And then I say, I wonder where he would have put the trap. Wait, if I'm looking for the barrels, I bet it's this! And I open the hatch.
Okay, roll strength.
Yeah.
20!
Nice.
Rip the door off.
Wham! I mean, this is like, for some reason, we're able to throw this like 120-pound oak door straight open. And directly below you are several barrels, all kind of piled up in the center, so maybe a dozen of them, right? And you can see where there are pallets, where there are barrels missing. Maybe 4 dozen others are gone. Like if they were all equal amounts of pallets, that would take up the majority of the cargo room. There's also a door and a wall, so the front of it, basically, if this is all cargo, this area here beneath here has another wall below.
Okay. Then for a second, I kind of look. Well, they're all like, is it trapped halfling?
Yeah, they're all like, whoa, whoa, and they're like, soldiers kind of looking
And
over
I
the
look,
edge.
and okay, it wasn't that. Open those doors!
As far as these soldiers would be considered, they have what they would consider a good friend of the Queen. Here on orders, they would secure the ship. So they're going to check those doors.
They walk right up and they grab the doors.
We should invest in training programs.
Both of them are locked.
Very disappointed. I look towards the back of the ship. Like, well, there's nothing. Do you want me to open those doors for you gentlemen? Or
We
do
can
you
bash
have keys to the city?
We can bash them down, sir. We don't have keys to individual
Don't
boats.
don't bash, get away. And I just kind of go under their legs and get past them. I turn around, disgusted, bash the door. And
We could like.
no! Shh! Fucking 27.
Yeah. So you just kind of like you don't even look at the lock. You just kind of look at them the whole time with disgust. Just popped it right open. Bonk.
And then I open it.
Roll. I need you to roll a reflex. Okay. So roll a dex save.
17.
Okay. So you like see you pop it open, and as you pop it open and pull it back, you're and the arrow fires out and just misses your neck and then slams into, boom, right into that. Slams into a mass.
And I turn around and say, ta-da! Do they clap?
No, they all are like, they all are like down and then like getting back up. They're not clapping, they look scared.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you're right,
fine.
sir.
I'm
Okay.
fine. So what's inside this room?
Okay, so two of the
That
soldiers.
they felt the need to trap with
Are
an
you just gonna
arrow?
walk straight into the room?
No, I'm gonna look in it.
Okay. All right. So you look, kind of creep around, and it looks like an office. There's a large desk, a lot of paperwork, books along the walls.
Where did the arrow... If I look where it landed...
Right in this post here. Just missed you and just hit that.
No, so I follow it.
Oh, yeah.
Where it went.
So if you look in the wall, like once you're inside, you can see a rope that runs along the top of the door and into a couple eye hooks and meets with a crossbow device kind of
Literally,
mounted in the
someone
wall.
just rigged up some
Yeah.
shitty little...
Yeah, I mean,
crossbow up here.
it wasn't a permanent thing. Someone definitely rigged this up.
Ugh, I'm even more disgusted.
You can also see one now behind.
I pointed out to the guards too.
Right.
I'm like, look at this. Look, this is what he does. Oh no, here comes the halfling. I better set up a trap. This is his trap.
There's another one, by the way.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Was it so? Where, if it had hit him, where would it have hit him?
It would have struck him in like. Well, actually, for him,
So-
it would have hit him right in the forehead.
Okay, because that's my
Yeah.
question: is was it aimed at a regular-sized person, or was
It
it?
looks like it was aimed dead chest, the largest area it would
Okay.
hit. It would make sense, like maybe like around here, and so him would just get the top of his head.
So it wasn't
No.
Dorro specific.
No, it didn't seem Dorro specific.
Or maybe
wasn't
it
like-
was and wanted to hit his head.
That's true. I mean, you could look at it that way too, but it looks like it could hit any humanoid. It would set up to hit a body mass the best it could. And there's also a second one, by the way. So there's like ropes that go in.
Oh, I'd
and
go
there's-
disable that one.
Yeah, just roll just to make sure you don't get one. Yeah, chink, and you've disabled it. Fine, done.
And now I search the room
All right.
with a 4.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot of papers in here. There's papers and books, and you're going through everything. And
Do I
nothing-
feel convinced that there aren't other traps based on
Yes,
that roll?
you do feel.
Okay. Yes. And
Yeah.
now I say, and now you may enter the room and search.
Okay, they start to like go through desks and they're opening up drawers and there's maybe a pouch of silver, but for the most point, it looks like documents
So
and
the pouch of silver, you said?
they're collecting it. You
Okay.
didn't find it.
That's
Sad.
material evidence.
So they pick it up, put it in a box,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I got a
and
16.
then you swipe it out of the box.
How much was it?
27 silver.
27 silver. Oh, I have silver again.
Literally, they just like set up a box and they're putting documents into it, and they put a pouch in it, and then immediately your hand over.
I'm taking things out of the box. I assist them in retrieving, or at least going through documents as they're I ask the guards.
Yeah.
Do you have like what specifically are you taking from this ship? So I know not to like pocket something that you're trying to confiscate.
I want to steal, but what do you know?
But how about we want to put everything we can into the box
Oh,
to
okay.
bring to the queen?
I can help you do this. Okay, that's fine. So just it all goes in the box, right?
Yes, it all goes in the box.
Okay, no problem.
All right, good deal. So then it goes back.
Oh wait! Oh, I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. I meant to say, okay, I'll help you put these things in the boxes. You're gonna help us put them in the box? Okay.
Right. Excellent. So, as they're going through everything, they pull. There's opening drawers, and they open one, and there's a map, like a map of all of this area with the world storm around it, and there's a couple pins in the map around Ani, and there's a couple pins in the map around Port Bliss. And there's a drawing.
Take that down though, because there's the pins in it.
I mean, it's like a wooden board. It's like a huge wooden board of a map attached to a thing, and there are pins in that wooden board.
Yeah, take the whole wooden board.
I say to them, that's not going to fit in the box.
They can pry it off. They can pry the thing off, and it's going to take them a while. But yeah, they could rip it off, right? But on the board, along with it, is a drawing of you, like this clearly. And it looks like it's been kind of like torn out from something else. It might be a wanted poster or whatever. There's also a drawing of Torvik, very similar in style.
I take both. Well, I start to take both, and then I stop and I look at them and say, "I'm going to take those drawings."
Like, oh, well, sir, we need to take.
I take them. I just take them as they're like.
Right. Well, we do need to take those.
Right. No problem.
Make sure.
So anyway,
as you're pulling off Torvik's, and it kind of. You kind of unfold, like part of it's folded back.
Okay.
And you see that he's wanted for poaching for some reason. Yeah, in some town.
Like how it says at the bottom the stuff that we've done, and mine's
in some town in some town south of Port Bliss that you've never heard of. He is wanted.
South of Port Bliss?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it?
Yeah, well, I mean, so you've heard of it, you've just never been there. So,
okay.
So you know where it is.
Yeah, I know where it is. I was going to say, it's right outside my town.
So there is a town, maybe 100 miles south of Port Bliss. No, I started about 20 miles south of Port Bliss. And he's wanted for poaching.
Do I have to roll what would that even be? Like a criminal knowledge to know that in order for them to put this on a wanted poster, it means that they have reason to know that he's done this rather than suspicion of it or something like that. So there's proof you've poached.
Anyone could make a poster, but it seems odd that
would I be able to tell from the way this poster looks, or its font, or how it's written, or the picture it's drawn, the way it's presented, that it's a wanted poster? 7.
I mean, it looks like a wanted poster. You've seen them before, but you can't really tell if the font's right or anything like that. You can tell that it looks old. It's
font like they had printers.
Well, whatever.
I know, but look, you know.
But there may be a certain calligrapher that's like, oh, I could tell because he makes signs in his town.
Well, he
or
does
whatever,
see lots
right?
of wanted posters.
Times New Romanus.
Yeah,
the person who does this newspaper.
You're like, ugh, the kerning is awful.
There is a young child named Adobe. He makes many wanted posters. So but you can tell that this was posted somewhere because there's obviously where you can see where it's tacked on the edges, where it's a little worn.
But not from where I tore it down from the map.
No, this is outside.
Okay.
So someone gathered this from outside and brought it here.
Where were our pictures positioned?
In this, so if the board opens up.
Well, if you look at this map, you say it's a map of the region.
So both of yours are around the Port Bliss area. So there's here's your pictures tacked up on the board. There's a thumbtack in them, or whatever, like a nail or whatever, and then a piece of string that draws both back to Port Bliss and nails there too.
Cool. Okay. Then I actually do help them gather stuff.
Sure, of course.
I actually do put it in the box. I actually don't take stuff unless you say they find more money or gems or valuables or another spyglass.
There might be like a nice bronze letter opener, and you know what, like a pen, like a crystal pen set,
Okay. You talked me into it. Because you said it was a set, so more than one thing I could sell, I guess.
You can't break up the set.
It's like taking one of these objects that weighs like 1 stone in a video game, and you're only going to get like 1 gold for it, but because it's 1-to-1, it's... Alright, fine. I'll take it. Skyrim. 12.
Hang on. Alright, so you gather up the ink set, and you got like the pen, you got this, and then you just kind of turn and you're like this, and it's just the ink is spilled completely down your leg at this point, and there's a soldier who rolled a 19 and just like looking right at you, like, and then you look up and he's just 2 feet from you, like, what are you doing?
I dash out the door.
Do you really run out the
Yep,
door?
Yep.
Okay, you just dash out the door. He's like,
Oh no, I teleport. In fact, I teleport off the ship.
Okay. So, and then you just vanish. And you're
Yep.
just gonna run back. Where are you gonna go?
I'm done. What else was I gonna do?
So you're gonna go back to the palace.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the
ditch
palace.
them and go back
I'm
to
gonna
the
go
palace.
return to the palace.
Okay.
And then it'll complain about your guards that couldn't keep up.
All right, so you get word that they are finding members of the council. They're getting them together and bringing them. It's a little chaotic in the city, but they're bringing them to the palace. As you get word, Dorro just marches right in, sans any of his guards, just walks in alone.
I have returned, Torvik. We go straight to Torvik.
Well, I'm in my room.
Pomp and circumstance.
I'm sulking in my room.
Oh, well, then I would have said,
What?
Torvik!
No, you guys are all. Did you leave and go?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, sure.
We split off. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
anyway, after
He went to make out with Para.
after our little
Right.
makeout,
He went to
celebratory makeout session.
Right.
Then I was like, well, I guess we better get back and find out if Friday needs anything.
All right, excellent.
So,
So you guys
then I
come
go
back
back
into the
to the
room
drum
as
line.
Dorro's coming back into the room.
I went to my room. And I was just sulking because the whole combat went horribly for me.
Aww.
And I grabbed
Okay.
my tankard of ale and
Well-
some of the drugs that I could find.
Well-
And I'm start working on that Oinker's chainmail.
Gotcha.
Just
so
kind
you're
of
just like
just
you
trying
need
to
something
yeah,
to do. Well,
take my mind off things.
Oinker sees that you look kind of upset, and she kind of walks over and she, nuzzles you a little bit and puts her little head kind of on your knee. And as she does, like there's a little bit more weight to her head than you expected, and she, she has gotten bigger. Not a lot bigger, but like bigger than you expected her to get.
in a
And
couple
she-
days.
Yeah, well, I mean, like she looks like she may have gained 5 pounds, and like it just kind of surprises
She has
you.
been fed well.
I know.
She's been fed very well.
My knee just kind of drops. Like, I might need to put you on a little diet there, girl. okay. I
Bite you in the leg. Did you just call me fat?
Clearly sees that you're upset and is doing the best she can. to
I
cheer you
know.
up.
I just need some time away from everybody.
The second you pet her, she's on her back, legs open.
That is what my parents' dog does. She's such a slut.
So you just work on the armor for
Just
perfect.
Just not at any sort of rate. Just
Go ahead and roll. What's not really a craft thing in this world? You know what? I want you to roll plus your animal handling.
so I'm proficient in that.
Good.
I'm proficient in the tools.
Good. Oh, you do have the tools. Add a +5 because you have the tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what am I rolling on?
Roll just that plus your animal proficiency
animal
+5.
handling. Yes, that's wins.
Yeah.
So 12, 16, 17.
Yeah, absolutely. You make really good progress. You've got the whole thing lined out. You have all the sizes out. You need a day to just finish cutting out all the pieces and assemble them, and you'll have it.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it's basically all. I bought just a big mound of rings.
Oh yeah, so
ring
you just
mail,
like
so-
trim.
just
Yeah.
crimping it along and
Yeah,
just
but
making
if-
it so that I can expand it. 'cause
If you
clearly
worked all
she's
night,
growing.
you'd have it done by tomorrow. If you worked late, you'd have it done by tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess I would just be working until I passed out.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So you come marching in. March.
March.
At the same time, a slightly disheveled Para and Zion walk in, kind of tucking themselves, trying to be all sly, even though neither one of them are even remotely capable of it.
I'm looking for Torvik.
Okay, but I spot you.
Yes.
Dorro.
What? Where's Torvik?
You literally looking around her?
Yeah, I was just looking.
He's not here. Where is the guard contingent I sent with you?
Right. They're still
Yeah.
down at the ship picking up books and scrolls and stuff.
So what did you find?
I found the map.
Right at that
It was just a
moment, the
map,
door
really,
just
wasn't
burst open, and there are 6 incredibly out-of-breath soldiers who are just like, ma'am, we're sorry. He got...
I say, I found your guards!
And they all glare at you, and then they straighten up, and like, ma'am, and they start, like, there's a table, they start pulling a table over and laying out
papers and maps and ton of shit that they found in the ship.
Dorro, did you find anything else?
I did, and I describe the map of the region that you were telling me about, and my wanted poster,
Right.
and a picture of Torvik being placed on the board, in their places with lines being drawn to Port Bliss.
All right. Do you have those drawings?
I do.
Wonderful. And Dorro, did you find anything else?
Well, the ink said everything.
Yeah, so. No, that was it.
Shing.
Yeah.
Now
Dorro's definitely lying. Dorro's absolutely lying too.
Yeah, Dorro.
Oh, wait. Oh, but I can't. So you just know I'm lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How does this work? She just knows I'm lying, but I don't know she knows I'm lying,
Correct.
so I just keep
So
not
you just
lying.
lie right to her face.
Yeah.
So I just stare at him
Yeah.
and project some shame or discomfort
Or some like dread, like you want him to know.
Yeah.
That you. Yeah. No problem. Roll me a charisma.
A 17.
It's your perception.
All of a sudden,
Well, wisdom.
you feel an
It was 10,
overwhelming sense of dread. You know she knows you're lying. You are 100% sure she knows you're lying. The way that she's looking at you, the way that she's suspicious, you
Dread that I know that she knows that I took this, or dread?
Well, yeah, it's both. You're aware that she knows that you're lying, and there's a really overwhelming feeling of dread about that. You don't normally get that way when people think you're lying, but you definitely feel worried that she knows that you're lying. Like the stakes seem ridiculous, but you don't know why. You're worried about it. Yeah.
Okay. And I pull out a bag of 3 silver. Or, no, 27 silver. There.
And?
I didn't take anything else!
What's that splotch on you?
He's definitely lying.
What?
So what's that splotch?
You have the giant ink stain running down your side.
Oh,
And-
it's ink. I ran into an ink well.
Dorro, I'm
Well,
not
that's true, kind of.
Aha! And that's the truth! Aha! Is there a door?
You sure? Yeah.
Is it open?
No.
Then I say, now! And I teleport to the door to open it.
Do you really? It's like,
Yeah!
boom, boom.
Yes, I'm gonna get away. She's like, give me the thing you have. You said dread? I don't have anything else.
wait.
And yet she always knows you do.
Okay,
It's like Call of Cthulhu.
Here's what happened. Boom, boom. You appear at this door just as it opens, and Zion and Para come into the room.
Okay.
Well, we bump into
Then
each
I
other.
run under their legs.
Right, so the little halfling just darts in between you guys.
Your Majesty, is there anything that we can do to help you?
Go get him.
Catch that halfling.
Arrest that halfling.
Just go get him and find out what he has. I don't want to take it from him. I just want to see if there's anything I can learn from it, which I explained to him, but he never
Well,
listens.
by this point, there would be no way that I could catch up with him.
Well, are you running down the hallway?
This is fear now.
He's pretty much I mean,
Go find him.
yeah, you guys can go look for him.
All right, well, I will chase after him and try to find him and talk to him reasonably.
All right, so Para grabs your hand and he's like, Dorro, wait! And you guys go running off after him.
What's wrong, Dorro?
Wait, why did you did the Brannick voice again?
Did I? Shit.
Yeah.
Have you been playing Brannick too much?
I think because I was just so hungover last night, my brain is fried. He's like
melted.
He's like, Dorro, wait! So you can hear them running after you and shouting your name because you're not that far ahead yet.
And I'm not shouting in a menacing sort of way.
You had a pretty good roll though,
Was that?
and I'm kind of afraid of you anyway.
Sure. But so Para and Zion are running after you. What do you want to do?
Run.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep
Flee!
running. Yeah. Are you teleporting and running?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gone. There's nothing
Well,
to do.
yeah, but
Unless you want
there are things that I could do, but
Yeah?
I don't think I would ever do that to Dorro
to. Do you
yet.
want to? You could.
Yet.
You could reach out and try and grab him.
No, I feel like that would be a violation.
It would certainly be. I mean, it would be the equivalent of wrapping both hands around someone and trying to
No,
restrain them.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yes, do the
I'm
same
not at a
thing
point.
that
I'm not at a point in my relationship with
Henry
Dorro that I would
before
do
did.
that right now. However, I do want to follow orders and get him. So, but he's a halfling though, and his movements is
And
double
he's
movements.
teleporting.
But
So zoop, 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 zoop.
yeah, but he's only can go How
He can
I
teleport
can
as far as
dash
he
as
can
a-
see.
I can dash
Remember?
as a bonus action.
Yeah.
too.
So now they can teleport as far as the thing he's got a clear view.
But the second he's
Being-
got a closed door, which he will presumably in the palace.
That's true. He will
Unless I find a
eventually-
window.
I'm got to. Yeah. I mean, the second he can see out a window, the second he can see down a passageway. I mean,
All right.
Or
if
stairs.
Dorro
Then I
wants
just
to
look
get
down,
away,
and then that's
Right,
like
right.
40
you can't
floors.
unless you're going to stop him. If Dorro wants to get
Yeah,
away.
and chasing him isn't as just find him.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, but where are you going to start looking once he's out of your eyesight?
I don't know. I'll go out to the lawn of the
Fair enough.
whatever it's called,
Okay.
the palace, and scream, "Dorro, come back!"
Excellent,
please!"
excellent. So you guys have worked your way out to the front of the palace, and you're just like, Dorro, Dorro, and you are within earsight of the earsight within hearing of this. So what do you do? There's Zion and Para on the front lawn, calling out
Sad
to
and
you.
lost.
I wouldn't have left, like, if we're in the palace,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone out away from the palace. I would have, to a certain degree,
Well, you guys are
been
just right out on the
maneuvering
front lawn.
through it
Yeah.
in an attempt to try and find Torvik.
And you said there was some sort of logbook?
Yes, there's definitely a logbook, a ship logbook of all the ports the ship has been in. The ports that it was in before this one were Port Bliss, the Bluffs, somewhere around the Voices, like somewhere around that coast area here, like a little bit past Turtle Bay, and like so it's gone from here around Turtle Bay, Bluffs, into Port Bliss, and then up into Ane.
So was this boat following our boat?
Yeah, are there dates?
It's a very I mean basically maybe a day or two behind.
Let's go visit Torb. Well, any other information we need from here?
Siren is still pouring through it. There's
And
a
what's
lot
with
to
the
go
map?
through. Well, as far as that big wooden map.
Yeah.
So let's say that they pried it off, right? Hauled it in and slanted it down. It's a wooden map. Sorry, it's a wooden map of Ani and the
Just Ani.
Just,
Five Kingdoms.
just of the 5 kingdoms.
said it was
Pardon me.
that region.
Yeah, it's that whole circular region. So you open it up and there's like just exactly like that map I showed you guys. There's a circular world storm and then the country outlines inside it. And there's push pins and then lines of string, and they were leading to the drawings, the wanted posters of Torvik and Dorro. But now it's leading to empty spaces where the pictures have
How
been
many
taken
push
off.
pins are
Yeah, are there more?
There are a couple push pins that show the locations you guys have been in. There's a push pin in Turtle Bay. There's a couple of push pins in the water. One of them looks roughly like, I guess, where you guys cross the Blackwater, right? Like, because there's this one out in the middle of the ocean there. There's one in the Bluffs. There's a couple in the Ironwood. And you guys weren't sure exactly where you were in the Ironwood, but there's one near the river that could be maybe where
How on earth
Steelbeard
could
went.
they possibly know any of
There's a lot of there's literally pinpoints where you guys have been, where there haven't been roads, where there haven't been cities, and like every major event, there seems to be one in there.
I don't like the fact that our enemies necessarily know where we've been.
Right, especially when the only ones there were us.
Yeah, we were totally off the grid, so this doesn't even make any sense. Unless,
At all.
Unless there is a traitor among us.
Twist. Hera.
Wait, who's in that room right now as you guys are doing it?
It is me,
Yeah.
Kara, Phryne,
Serena.
Serena.
And that's it.
So Siren wouldn't be able to recognize this, but I want perception rolls from the rest of you.
No.
12 plus 18.
18 will do it. She hands you a piece of paper, and you're going over a couple of things, and she's explaining all this to you, what she's found out. She's actually a pretty good sleuth. This is something she appears to be good at. One piece of paper she hands you, you start to hand it back, and then there's like this dirt, and you kind of roll it in your fingers for a second. It's got this blue shimmer to it, and it seems odd, and you instantly know where you recognize it from. This is the same mud that the wild elves covered you with when you were doing those meditation ceremonies before Haggett taught you magic.
Well, I recognize this mud.
Absolutely, you do.
Don't you remember?
No, I do. Thanks for reminding me.
No, Cyrena's clever enough. Can I see one of your stones? Can I see one of the
Secret
Godsfall
stones?
One of the secret stones, yes.
Oh, well, fortunately, I have my pouch on me at all times.
Yes.
You do.
So I hand her one of the smaller ones.
Thank you. Everyone stay here. She goes far enough away from all of you so that she can get a read off it. And she holds the mud here, and then she brings it closer. And as she brings it closer, very faintly, but it glows bright. I mean, it's always glowing because you're in on me.
And we're here.
It just right. But she's moving like far enough away to get like a decent. It glows just ever brighter when she brings it in contact with the mud, and then she walks it back over.
All right, I will cast Detect Magic.
Close your hand over it and you focus. You think about this for a long time, and it takes you a while because initially, everything, like as soon as you open your eyes back up, you are blind. You have to squeeze them shut for a second. You just carefully open them. You kind of start filtering out layers and layers and pushing this magic back, and just kind of focusing down until you just look at the mud, and then it like lights up, like kind of like above everything else. You kind of like just kind of hone on that. You definitely get whatever school would be detection or finding someone or scrying, whatever. Divination.
Yeah.
Divination magic.
Yes, this is divination magic. We were hoodwinked by those damn elves.
Ugh. Never trust those wild elves.
At the very least, someone's been tracking you.
So on that note of potential betrayal, we're going to stop right there and thank you for joining us for another episode of Godsfall. We'll be back next week for possibly our season finale. I'm not 100% sure yet, but it's either going to be next episode or the one after that. And if it is next episode, it's going to be like a 2-hour-long season finale bonanza. There are a bunch of maps for this episode if you got a little bit lost that we're going to post on godsfall.com. So look for episode 21, God Save the Queens, and you'll see a lot more information there if you weren't quite able to follow along where everyone is during the combat. So we hope you find that useful. We would love it if you guys would go on iTunes and give us a review. Every iTunes review gets this podcast out in front of so many people. It is the best publicity we have for the show. And while you're there, if you want to drop us some money in Patreon or donate to us through PayPal, your support keeps this show going and makes it better each week. So thank you so much for listening, and we will see you all next Sunday.